Hey, what is up guys, and today I'm going to be talking about Deandre Jordan being traded to the Portland Trailblazers. And I mean, he has not been traded there yet, but I mean, there have been tons of trade rumors, and they said they have been talking to Los Angeles Clippers about trading for Deandre Jordan. I think this makes a lot of sense for Portland. I think it makes sense for also the Clippers. So I mean, yeah, and I'm going to be getting into the trade package and then why it makes sense for both teams. So without further ado, without me rambling on, let's get right into this video. Alright, so before I get into anything else, let's get into the trade package itself. What I think the trade package would look like would be the Portland Trailblazers would have to give up John Collins, Noah Vonleh, and the 2018 first-round pick, while the Los Angeles Clippers had to give the Portland Trailblazers the Deandre Jordan, the star center, the all-star starting center for their team. But now that I got the trade package out of the way, let's get into why it makes sense for the Portland Trailblazers to make this trade. So right now they are one piece away from being a championship contender, as they already have one of the best backcourts in the entire league with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is an absolute dead-eye from three. He can knock it down. He plays defense. He's just probably a top 5 shooting guard in the entire league. He's an absolute beast. But then you have Damian Lillard, a top 10 point guard. He's an all-star this year, and he's been playing very good. I do think CJ McCollum did get snubbed, unless he's in it. I don't think he is, though. I do think McCollum got snubbed. So, I mean, with that backcourt, you should be one piece away no matter what. But then they also have Yusuf Nurkic, who has been playing greatly the past 2 years, and he's making huge strides to become one of the best centers in the NBA. He's very young. He's been playing great. He's been averaging tons of points. Not by tons, I mean he's been averaging 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 5 some assists or 2 or some assists. He's been playing really good, and he's been improving every single year. And then also, if they're already the 7th best rebounding team in the entire league, so if they were able to get Deandre Jordan, no telling, they'd probably be a top 2, maybe the best rebounding team in the entire league. I mean, that would be unbelievable. Could you imagine Jordan and Nurkic back there? That would be beastly of a lineup. But then also, like I said, that would probably form a top 8 front court in the entire NBA. And with the guard play that they have, that would be deadly, as their court would be absolutely completely spread out. You have to worry about Nurkic and Deandre Jordan in the paint. Nurkic kind of has a mid-range, so you have to worry about Nurkic's mid-range, his paint presence, Deandre Jordan's paint presence. Then you have to worry about CJ McCollum busting a 3 in your face and driving, and Damian Lillard dishing off to one of the big guys, to CJ McCollum, or driving. That's almost too much to worry about, and that's almost too much power to even guard, in my opinion. That would be a great combo, and I would really want to see that. But I mean, also the 2 players they would be losing aren't going to be able to make them a championship contender. One's a rookie that they drafted that they had high hopes for, but I mean, he is now the 3rd option at that center position, and plus, I mean, Noah Vonleh is his 2nd year, but I mean, they're both not really getting much time at all. If they're really in win now mode, maybe maybe that pick won't even end up being anything. So I'm just gonna give it to him in this trade. I mean, it makes sense for him. But now that I got the Portland Trailblazers out of the way, let's get into why it makes sense for you Los Angeles Clippers. Right now, the Clippers would be getting much younger, and as they're rebuilding, that is what they need. They need a ton of young potential and talent, and that's what Zach Collins brings to the table. I mean, dude's a rookie, and he hasn't really done anything this year, but you have to remember, it's his first year, and also he hasn't been getting much playing time at all. I think he's averaging 12 minutes a game, so it's hard to do anything in that kind of minutes. And I mean, maybe playing with the young Los Angeles Clippers, he'll be able to prosper and get more playing time, and then we can actually see what he is. And plus, he's only a rookie, so he still has to develop. Also, John Collins would be that starting or backup center that the Clippers would now need with the loss of Deandre Jordan, because they would only have one center, and that's Bogdanovich. I think they would probably start John Collins only because he's a rookie, and they want to give him as much playing time as possible to develop and kind of perfect his game. But then they would be getting even younger. They would be acquiring 22-year-old Noah Vonleh, who is now in his 4th year of the NBA, and he has improved every single year. Not by a lot, but he has improved. He's improved his scoring, rebounding, shooting percentage every single year, at least by 1. He's improved it all by 1 every single year, and that's really hard to do. And I mean, if he keeps improving like this, he'll end up being a very good role player on this team. And also, most importantly, they got their draft pick, and I mean, that's pretty much all they want. They're rebuilding right now. Everybody knows that, so they're getting players. They're tanking. They're getting rid of their core right now. They're just trying to tank and let their draft pick be good. And I mean, they really want that draft pick to end up being something. I think it really would end up being something. So yeah, I mean, and just think, this trade makes complete sense for them, as they would now have 3 first rounders. 3. And I mean, one of them isn't this year, but they also have 3 first-round picks loaded up, and then they'd have 2 second-rounders this year. While I mean, this draft is stacked. They have Trae Young, Kyle Sexton. Who else they have? It's just stacked. Trust me, it's stacked. And I mean, they'll also be having their young players. They pretty much got everything they wanted. They wanted to get young players, they wanted the tank, and they wanted a draft pick. That's pretty much what they were looking for. And now that they got young players and a draft pick, I mean, I think you can't really ask anymore. And I mean, also this trade would get them so young that their potential is through the roof. As besides for 2 players on their starting lineup, everybody is under the age of 25, and one of those players is Lou Williams, and he will most likely be traded, and he's been in tons and tons and tons of trade rumors. This dude is like, he's just probably not going to stay, and if he signs an extension and it makes no sense, he's 28 years old for him, I don't think it would make sense for him, so I do think he will be traded soon. But unfortunately, that's going to be it for this video. So if you did like the video at any point, hit the like button, it would mean the world to me, and if you really like the video, hit the subscribe button, and comment below, do you think this trade would happen? Do you think it's a good trade package? Do you think the Clippers should go younger and tank? Do you think Portland should take this and try to win now and become a championship contender? Do you think there will be a championship contender with that? Comment all of that below. And kids, don't forget you either or never do basketball, drugs, sex, every goodbye.